All right, well, we are still at the Ivy Motel and it is 20 minutes until 7. The reason I wanted to make this video is I just want to say something about this motel. If you are ever coming through Holton, Maine, this is where you need to stay. I don't want you to think that because I was cracking on the decor yesterday or something that I was putting this place down, because I'm not. On the contrary, I feel like a 10-year-old boy here. People here are nice. It feels like the old home motel when you were a kid, where you went on that vacation and all of the rooms, although these rooms don't open to the outside, but you kind of got that feeling like when you were a kid, you were excited, you wanted to open that door and go jump in the swimming pool when you were a kid at the old Howard Johnson's, and everybody, their parents and the kids were all out by the pool. There were probably 40 of you out there back in the day. That's how this place feels. Although it's small town and not crowded, it somehow has maintained that realness about it. The ladies at the desk, we talked to 3 of them. There's probably all of them that work here. All of them were wonderful, hardworking, looking into what we needed. It was really, really good. The funny thing, the lady that checked us in yesterday, she came in on the day shift this morning. She remembered what room we were in. It's crazy. Now, I'm going to tell you, big city, big motel, you are not going to get that. And for those of you who grew up in a small town like me, you will appreciate that kind family touch. So I want to go on record. Coach Bob 3 officially says Ivy's Motel with the M in Holton, Maine is 5 stars. The best. We had a great time here. As opposed to doing our check-in out by the motorcycle, let's do it a little different today. We're getting ready to leave. We discussed last night what we're going to do. We have not booked the motel room. Looks like there's a plethora of motel rooms.
Yes, we're just going to see how far we want to go
in the Burlington, Williston, Vermont area. And then there are more motel rooms in the Lake George, New York area. If we make it to Lake George, New York today, it's going to be a 500+ mile day. If we make it to Williston, Vermont, that Burlington, Vermont, it's going to be basically a 400-mile day. So what we're going to do, we're going to aim for Williston, Vermont, even though it's a little out of the way, just in case we want to do an easy day today. If we do an easy day today, that means that tomorrow is going to have to be more. Remember that. Every mile has to be paid in full, and there is no shortcut to it. You can think
unless you take extra days to get where you're going.
And even then, guess what? Every mile has to be done. You're just going slower. This is another amazing thing about touring on a motorcycle. I don't want to get too much into the philosophy of it, but suffice it to say, the law of the harvest. You can't plant your beans today and expect to have them tomorrow. It's not how it works. You have to work through that crop to get the reward at the end. It really is a metaphor for life, and touring is like that. You can't get to where you're going without paying the price of those miles. Sometimes the price is wonderment, sometimes it's freezing, sometimes it's sweating, sometimes it's rain. But it's all amazing and makes for great stories for when your grandchildren are sitting in your lap. And that's what we're doing. We're building a life.
Ooh, Mr. Philosophy.
I know, I do this. This is what I do.
Analytical, Mr. Philosophy.
This is what she hears all day long.
It's early in the morning.
All right, so we're going to get loaded up, get on the motorcycle, and we're going to ride.
We're going to go ride.
We're going to go somewhere around Bangor, Maine for our first gas stop, and points unknown after that. We'll just figure it out. We're going to take it mile by mile today and savor the flavor. It's going to be a sweet day.
As we grab Highway Interstate 95 out of Holton, Maine and head southbound towards Bangor, Augusta, and points unknown today, it is abundantly clear that at least part of our ride is going to be perfect. The skies are blue, the attitudes and the feelings are all up. Everything's chipper this morning. Even the little squirrel, slant chipmunk, whatever it was, I think it was a little squirrel. Everything was up and moving and in a good mood today. Yeah, the little squirrel was looking for some warm air this morning. It was a little snappy when we first got up. But once the sun came up, really up, it started warming up really fast. Right now it's in the mid 60s, which is warmer than we've had it since we've been here. Not a cloud in the sky. With a clear sky and mountains off in the distance, everything's feeling pretty good. You know, it's almost with a little bit of sadness that we prepare to put Maine in our rear view mirror. We met a lot of nice people here and got to ride in some really cool places. And sometimes the cool places were downright cold. But the state definitely made quite an impression on us. Maine is definitely a bucket list state if you've never been here. The climate, the people, the terrain, all make it an absolute diamond. So Maine, Vicky and Bob, we salute you. All right, so we are in Bangor, Maine again at the same gas station we were on the way up. The thing is that I've noticed about the Garmin. Here's my complaint about the Garmin for anyone who has one. I did a route last night and I saved it. It rerouted me. I looked and I happened to just say, why is all of a sudden my ETA just went up? It rerouted me all the way down to Boston. That ain't good. That's not the turn I'm gonna do. Why it did that, I don't know. The other thing that I've noticed is when I have a route in there, it doesn't want to show me all of the gas stations that are available until I get within 20 miles of some of them, unless it's a major thoroughfare. That can be a little disconcerting when you say, okay, the next services are 280 miles away, and then as soon as you come around a corner and realize you're going to this town, even though it should know that because your route's saved, then all of a sudden a gas station pops up. Well, that could be a little bit late. So what I did is I downloaded the Gas Buddy app and I typed in a few cities that is along our route. That way we'll know that we have gas services available. But I don't know if Garmin is like, there are certain places that pay them a certain amount in order for them to be in their database, or how that works. But it's something to look out for. I'm sure everyone that's ever used a GPS has this same little issue with it. Just figured I'd mention it. Not a big stressor. Just pay attention to what you're doing.
Not a big stressor. You've been stressed for the last hour.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't want to stop yet. I'll just be honest with you.
I said just go. We'll find a gas.
And I wasn't willing to risk it.
Not willing to do that.
I'm like, until I find a gas station, a bird in hand, I'm not going to risk it, because I'm not going to risk being on the side of the road
with me,
with little Miss Hootie Hoo here.
Oh, there's gas.
There's gas. Famous last words. All right. Well, it's a beautiful day. The weather's perfect.
Oh, it's so warm. Blue sky. It's not hot. But warm.
All right, brother. Nice meeting you.
Clear skies, blue skies.
Yep.
Warm temperature. Very nice. That sun makes you feel energetic and go, want to keep moving.
There you go.
Going.
As we're rolling west on Maine Highway 2, things have opened up a little bit. Starting to see the trees and the big barns again, like we did when we were further north. Really quite beautiful. Clydesdales. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a Clydesdale other than in the Budweiser commercials. Maybe in a parade as a boy. I really can't recall. The ride today has been a little weird with the GPS, a little challenging things. It did another weird thing, that all of a sudden it changed our ETA by like two hours, and then all of a sudden it went right back. I was talking to a friend of mine. He was talking about solar flares and how it can interfere with GPS reception. No, I don't know anything about that kind of stuff, I'll be honest with you. Haven't really dug into it. But it was weird. And it can be very disconcerting when you're driving along and you go, where am I? But I've got the old phone for backup, which has worked wonderfully also. And that's what I do. I like redundancy. And so if something does weird go on, I'll pull that phone up so I'm not freaking out about it. But what I was saying about the gas scenario, it's odd. You can look on here right now. It shows this Palmyra Township, which is where we were. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. And I don't know, Skowhegan, Skowhegan. I don't know how you say that either. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. 17 miles. And then it doesn't show anything for another 190 something miles to Montpelier. Now I know that there are gas stops between here and there because I downloaded the Gas Buddy app, and there are half a dozen. Now what it does, it seems that what it does is it will drop one of your gas stops and then show the next one. What I wish it would do is drop the one that's 211 miles away and just give me the next 3 or 4. And as that one drops, it gives me the next 3 or 4. That is not what it's doing. Anyone else who's experienced that with the Zumo XT, you can leave a comment down below. But that's been my experience today. There are always workarounds. And most of the time when I'm traveling, it's not in this sort of environment where I'm really in a wilderness. But there are true wilderness areas in Maine where there is not a whole lot on the map other than a little bitty road, and you're taking that little bitty road and you're hoping that there is services there. And so what I've been doing is bringing up every little town, and I'll type in that name on Gas Buddy, and then I'll create a little ledger as to who has gas and who doesn't, and I'll plan my stops accordingly. There you go. Another tip from the old Coach Bob. It's warm today. It's not hot. It's warm, which means that soon I am going to be taking the liner out of my jacket and feel that nice cool breeze on the skin, which is lovely. Solar farm there. Maine certainly has not disappointed. We'll be in Vermont here in the next little while, so let's enjoy this last little stretch. Rumford Island. Check it out. It was a beautiful little town there, huh? That was probably my favorite town right there. Rumford Falls. All right, well, we just finished getting some gas in the Spyder. Normally we do a check-in and all that stuff, but this particular gas station was exceptionally busy. And we did not want to hold people up by sitting there. And once we got to where we were through putting gas in it, we pushed it out of the way, and we had no protection from the sun. And although it's Maine and we were freezing our butts off 2 days ago, it's 88 degrees right now, and out in the sun it's pretty warm. So we decided to get to rolling. So yeah, 90 degrees, crazy, huh? How did that happen? But I had a guy telling me, in fact it was Earl the other day at the gas station. He said if you ride in Maine, you're going to get wet and cold, invariably, or you're going to be cooking. But no matter what, you're going to always get wet and cold. Well, the wet and cold was nice, but I'm glad to be warm. So we're doing a lot of back roads, not a lot of sun protection. I got on my little SPF shirt. Gonna be fine. I peeled the jacket off. I'm sweating my rear end off. A lot of stop and starting on this road. But we're gonna be entering New Hampshire here in a few miles. And then we should be entering Vermont not long after that. Hopefully I can catch both of those state changes on camera, but if not, that's where we're going. That's what we're doing. And we still really haven't decided if we're going to be stopping in Williston, Vermont tonight, or Lake George, New York. Honestly, I would like to kind of press on towards Lake George, New York, but I am going to let Vicky, or AKA Coach Vic, make the decision on that based on how she feels once we get there. The big thing you have to remember, you're not going to get out of doing the miles. Anything we cut off today has to be made up somewhere else. And today has been a great travel day as far as the weather's concerned. It's warm, but not really hot. It's not cold. It's not raining. And we know that tomorrow there is a prediction for rain in the morning. If we start out wet and we have further to ride, that's how it goes. I'm okay with that. Question is, will Coach Vic be okay with that tomorrow? We'll see how it all plays out. We're just going to keep on rolling. We'll be in New Hampshire soon, followed by Vermont. Just left beautiful Bethel, Maine. Man, I'm telling you, these western Maine towns, they are beautiful. They are beautiful. You know, I've not seen a Spyder the entire time I've here. I've seen 3 in the last 45 minutes. It's crazy. I've seen more motorcycles today than I have in all of the time combined. Maybe only crazy people were riding in the weather we were riding in. All the smart people, they had their motorcycles in the garage. Probably so. We're having a ball. If you would do me a favor, give this video a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends and all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. We are always trying to bring you good, solid content. We do like to travel. We're doing the best we can to keep it interesting and keep it real, so you got good stuff to watch. But it's going to be riding season real soon for everybody. In fact, I'd say it pretty much is, judging from what I'm looking at up here. Because we were way up there when we were up in northern Maine. There was nothing after where we were. Woods. Got him a nice pool. Man, make you want to take a dip. I bet that water's cold. Woo. Unless that temperature's regulated, I know it's cold. All right, we're going to eat these twisties up because you can see what the roads look like here. And they are fun, and I am having a ball riding them. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. We are entering New Hampshire. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. See you later, Maine. Maine did not disappoint. Welcome to Vermont. There we go. Another state came and went. New Hampshire did not disappoint as well. Next stop is going to be Williston, Vermont, and we are, well, I say that, we're going to, when we cross the interstate, we're going to stop and see what it looks like to go to either place. Well, we have, as I said earlier, we've made the executive decision to head on to Lake George because it is going to be raining in Williston tomorrow morning, and it takes a 500-plus mile day that would have been brutal for Coach Vic.
What about you? Easy for him. That's good. And
So-
we're going
so-
to Niagara Falls one time to pull around a little bit.
I'll be doing.
How many miles we doing today then by the time we're done?
Hang on, hold it.
Watching you, Coach Bob. All eyes on you.
You watch all you want. You're not going to get much.
All eyes on you.
It'll be about 480 miles.
Oh, okay. So we'll even be going less tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll even still be going less.
Yes, tomorrow is due west out of here to Niagara Falls, and then we'll drop down and end up in Erie, Pennsylvania tomorrow.
Erie, Pennsylvania.
That's the plan. I mean, things could always
Things
change.
could change, right.
But Lake George, New York is in our 12 o'clock position in about 95 miles. That's all we have left.
I'll tell you what, the whole ride has been beautiful. We've been on all the country roads, and then even the Highway 91 and 93, or 93. Beautiful landscape. Landscapes. Beautiful wherever we go. The whole ride is nothing but beautiful.
It's been a wonderful trip. Yesterday and today have just been
If you like curvy
magnificent.
roads on the CanAm,
Oh yeah.
there are tons of curvy
and tons.
roads. He is going, to me, fast and zooming on these roads. I mean, it's been a curvy A lot of turns, a lot of turns.
A lot of nice descents and climbs, and where it's just beautiful.
Yeah, we're going more downhill on the way back.
A lot of uphill going out. All right, well, let's get on this thing. We got a bunch of driving to do. We're told that Highway 4, we've seen a bunch of sport bikes going by, so I know it's going to be a twisty.
Is that the road we're taking?
It's going to be a twisty, crazy ride. So this is going to be exciting. Let's do this. Yeehaw! So this is Highway 4 going up through Woodstock and a couple other different places. Can't think of the names of them now. Beautiful road. A lot of trees. Man, look at the trees. Look at the trees. Oh yeah. This is a sweet road. A lot of twisties, a lot of winding stuff going on here. These roads, I'm telling you, they are just a hoot. They are so fun to ride. I really did not expect it to be this way, just being quite honest with you. Man, if I had Oxford up here, I could end up in the hospital. Wow. For all you motorcycle guys, if you've ridden these roads, leave your comments below about your experience on them. I really am interested in it. This is just so awesome. All right, we're just going to keep on cruising, and our next stop is going to be magnificent Lake George, New York. It's going to be nice if Coach Vic will quit headbutting me. Not that she would ever do that. Oh, it said we're going over a gorge. Better leave the camera running for that. I'm trying to go slow. Oh, very nice. I'd call that a gorge. All the things you see when you travel on a CanAm Spyder. All I can say is Coach Vic better be glad these cars are in my way, because I would scare the living dog snot out of her right now. Beautiful, just beautiful. Now I see why all the motorcycles were over there, all the sport bike guys. This is a wonderful road. It's a little bit busy to be doing crazy stuff on, but it is a wonderful road. If I sound like a child on Christmas morning, that's what I feel like, a child on Christmas morning. I am one lucky boy, I'll tell you that. I am one lucky boy. Look at that, look at that. Wow. Wow. There was a covered bridge back there we could have gone through. Look at that, that is beautiful. Coach Vic, if it wasn't for the winters, I'd definitely want to live here. Woodstock, Vermont is absolutely beautiful. Coach Vic is talking about wanting to move here now. This place is absolutely spectacular. Wow. It's quaint. It's every building is a snapshot.
Having a little celebration for all the graduates, I guess, because you see all the graduate signs and pictures up. It's beautiful. That dude had crutches on the back of that thing. Around every corner, it gets more and more beautiful. Just when you think it can't be outdone, it just outdoes itself. Wow. I am so glad we did this, man.
Well, hello friends, Coach Bob and Coach Vic with you for another closeout. Today was day 9, Holton, Maine to Lake George, New York, which was kind of a surprise because we thought we were going to be in Williston, Vermont, but we decided to go a little further.
To get it out of the way, because the day was sunny and warm, and it was a nice, very scenic ride. It didn't even feel. When he told me how far we went, it didn't even feel like we went that far.
We went a long way. We went 480 miles today. Now that doesn't sound very long in the saddle, I'll tell you. Really doesn't. But I'm gonna say this. Most of it was on a 2-lane road, and it was very active driving.
Yes.
We'll just say it was very, very active driving. We spent a lot of time in the saddle today. 9 hours.
Sitting on the CanAm.
And 24 minutes of ride time, of actual ride time. So when you're on the 2 lanes, it doesn't correlate to big miles, but it does correlate to a big ride. So we departed Holton, Maine this morning. First gas stop was in Bangor, Maine. Next gas stop was in Bethel. Next was in White River Junction. And then our final stop, Lake George, New York. Beautiful. Beautiful ride. I will say today, one of the most beautiful rides of my life.
Yes, it was. Going
Around
through
Woodstock.
Woodstock, Vermont.
Right.
Beautiful. Vermont, just very, very beautiful state.
I've got to say this, and we've been through, went through California, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, all that. Vermont.
Just it kept going and going and going.
It's the most beautiful state I've ever seen.
Just beauty the whole way.
The
parts we went on.
Beautiful scene after another. It could be, every one of them could have been a set designed in Hollywood. They were just picturesque. Very Norman Rockwell. Everything was old. Everything was taken care of.
Well, we call it a quaint, classy. Classy and then quaint, so classy, quaint, classy. It was just really neat going through the Woodstock town.
Quaint and classy, you just want to call it quassy?
Yeah, classy. And Coach Bob had fun driving on all the twisty, winding roads. He had a ball today riding. I actually told him how to slow down a little bit.
I'm going to say,
if you want to talk about riding, today was a great riding day.
It was. It was a very exciting day, one that demanded a lot of attention and focus. Those rides are a lot more exhausting to me. At the end of the day, I'll sleep really well tonight. There was no cruise control to speak of. It got hot, a little bit of rain there at the end as well. And then when I went to gas up and get food, it was raining pretty good there for a little while. I wiped the Spyder down a little bit with a rag to get some of the dirt off of it because it was horrible looking. Today, any thoughts that you have that you're like, man, this was just whatever?
It was just a beautiful. It was a beautiful day. I enjoyed riding the whole time. Nice riding.
Maine was wonderful. The people.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you, the people in Maine also. I did not meet one rude, mean person in Maine. Everyone there was running to open the door for Coach Vic. Everyone there,
no matter where we went,
was just
nice.
super polite. When you ask how they were doing, everyone was doing great. Everyone was smiling. They wanted to converse with you. It was really nice. The people at the Ivy Motel, really nice people. Just nice people.
A great experience.
Just like the trip last year, we have a tendency in this life, and I think the older we get, we're guilty of it, or we become a little more jaded, and we start believing the lie. People were nice.
What you see on TV is not real.
Right.
All the news. I mean, I don't know how much the news stories are real or not, but being out where we've been, that's real life. What you see on TV, the complaining and the whining is, I mean, I'm sure some things are real, but that's not.
Look, there are bad people. There are bad people in the world. But what we are telling you is that everywhere we go, we're faced with wonderful people.
No problems at all. Everybody.
When you have folks tell me, when I had the guy Earl tell me yesterday, you have any trouble, this is how you contact me. It's like, just amazing people.
Everybody's friendly. Yeah. All the cashiers, gas attendants, everybody we've come across has been pleasant.
I moved the Spyder out of the way for a guy so he could get gas today, and he goes, thank you, but I could have waited. We are made fun of by our big city friends that we live a slow pace life. And the pace in Maine, we're fast. At least in the areas we were. I'm sure when you get down in Bangor and Portland and all that, people, it's regular day jobs kind of thing. When you get up into northern Maine, it's a different pace. It's a different way of life. It is awesome. You owe it to yourself to get up there and check it out.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't see any moose.
Didn't see a single moose.
Signs everywhere for moose. But my dad said if you drove slow and you looked deep into the woods, you would see them. I kept staring in the woods, but maybe we're going too fast. He says, but if you went slow, you would see some.
I did see one.
A fake one.
He was trying to pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Oh.
But he had the wrong hat.
Whatever.
Bullwinkle?
Yes, Bullwinkle.
Hey, Rocky, why'd you pull a rabbit out of a hat? That's the wrong hat.
Anyway.
That's for you geezers.
We did look for moose, but we did see some deer.
We saw a ton of deer.
Dead and alive. Ray, you had a ball up here. You would have got some free deer.
We got a buddy.
Just drive with your pickup truck. You would have some deer.
If he sees a deer on the side of the road, he will dress that deer. He's gonna have that meat in his freezer if it looks okay. Again, so our total today was 480 miles, is what we rode today. 9 hours and 24 minutes, and for a total trip mileage of 3,764.2 miles. Tomorrow will put us over 4,000. I didn't really expect the trip to be over 4,000 miles.
Well, but it is.
It is. It's going to be well over 4,000. Mm-hmm. It's going to be over 4,500.
Yeah.
It could be over 5,000.
We'll see.
That really surprises me.
So tomorrow we're driving far, but it's a non...
Tomorrow we're going to head over to Niagara Falls and then down into Erie, Pennsylvania. Because of the way it's set up, I don't know, you can correct me. I'm sure you will. Just remember, I'm from South Georgia. Everything's a motel. So if I say something wrong, you'll be okay. From Lake George, we're going to go to Oneida. I don't know. Oneida. It's in New York. How would you say it?
Oneida.
Oneida. There you go.
That's what I would say.
Anita.
I need a something.
I need a candy bar. Lake George, New York to Oneida. I'm going to go with that. And then from there to points unknown. And then from there to Niagara Falls. So we'll have to make 2 gas stops between here and Niagara Falls. Then from Niagara Falls, we will gas up and go to Erie, Pennsylvania, where we will be spending the evening in Erie, Pennsylvania tomorrow night.
And then we'll be heading home finally.
Then we will leave Erie, Pennsylvania and start heading south. We will have 3 days of travel from Erie.
Wow. 3 days?
3 days. We could break it up into 2 if you'd like to do big days.
No, I'm ready for some smaller days.
Well, we're both a little
Tired. Gotta get ready to hit the hay.
time to shower because guess what? We stink.
You do.
I don't, but you do.
I don't.
I showered this morning.
Oh, you did?
I did before you got up.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Uncovered the Spyder, packed it up.
Oh, well, I know you do that. Yes, he does everything. Our next trip, I'm taking family members with us, and they're going to follow us in a car
Coach Vic is tired of watching me work.
so they can help. My daughter would love to go, and her husband-to-be can go follow us, and it could be the luggage carrier, and Allie can just do whatever she needs to do.
I do run a lot. I do have a lot going on these trips. I enjoy them. I love them.
So I appreciate all the hard work you do.
And I love you.
See, I don't tell them often. See,
I love you.
I know, I love you too.
Look, we're a team, and sometimes it gets. Sometimes it's hard. We just keep plugging along. We're keeping it real. We're not going to tell you a bunch of stuff that ain't true. Traveling is hard, but it's also wonderful. Go out there, experience it. Experience it. Smell the smells. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, coming through Woodstock, coming through Vermont. Was it cedar?
It smelled like cedar trees. Now I haven't done any research to see if cedar trees even grow in Vermont, but
It could be it though.
But I'm going to tell you, it smelled like cedar to me. I told Vic, if it's a cedar tree, it's angry because he ain't poplar. That's a little dad humor for you there. He ain't poplar. Get it, poplar? All right,
Anyway,
enough of that. We're tired. We're sleepy. We're silly. You can tell we're tired when we start getting this goofy. So until next time, go out by the motorcycle of your dreams. Eat right.
take care of yourself.
And remember, if you're not having fun,
You're doing it wrong.
now you can seize the day. We'll see you on the road really soon. You never know. We've been spotted all over the place. So y'all have a good night.
Oh, we saw a lot of CanAms today too.
We did. We sure did. We sure
About 4 or 5.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And a lot of motorcycles.
A lot of motorcycles
Yeah.
today. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good night.
All right.